There's three elements that make up the foundation of this track. The first one is a wind and rain atmosphere sound, which is. And then the second one is a wind and bird song, which is this. The third one is a pitch-bending trombone and trumpet playing a C add 9 chord, which sounds like this. And that sort of weaves in and out throughout the track, but it's in there about 80% of the time. I wanted the score to be pretty small and personal and pretty textural overall, so I'm doing mostly sort of like one-off instances of notes and little melodies. One of the biggest things in there is like this, it's called a Plucked Fifth. And it's got some distortion on there, a bit of reverb, a bit of delay, and it's very just, I don't know, very textural. So if I put all of the elements we've talked about so far, which is the wind and rain, the wind and bird song, the trumpet and trombone pitch bend, and then now our Plucked Fifth, this is what it sounds like. Real quick, I want to point out that this song, the score, is 2 chords for the first 2 minutes, which is an E minor and a C major, and I'm just sort of outlining the chords with these different textures. The next most important thing are these bowed major sequences, and they sound like that. And of course, since we have the major, we're going to have the minor in there, which we played the C major, this would be the E minor sequence. So like very rough, very upfront in the mix, but also still being textural. And if I put all of it together, including the first 4 things and now these 2 bowed sequences, this is what it sounds like. I wanted to have percussion or a percussive element in here, but I didn't want like, I feel like when I say percussion you think drums or mallets or shakers, but I wanted something percussive that had a rhythm to it that wasn't a drum. And I came across this flutter bow sound where like you're picking against the cello and it's creating this percussive element, and it sounds like this. Now if I add that into our mix that we have now, this is what it sounds like. Next is I'm adding this like triplet pizzicato jump, and this is what it sounds like. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the mix of everything, this is what it sounds like. Another super gritty layer is this harmonic trill. You get a lot of overtones and you get just this guttural but sort of gentle sound, and it sounds like this. And in the mix, it sounds like this. Percussive but still atmospheric layer is this like thick fog. That's what it's called. Thick fog layer, which sounds like so it has rhythm to it and it has time, and in the mix, that's what it sounds like. Those are all of the main elements that really make up the song. So I'm going to jump to the end and show you this little pad that I added in, and then we'll move into mixing on the big computer. So this is a very granular, soft, textured pad that I'm going to outline some chords with this. So I'm playing E minor in inverted D major, and then I'm playing an inverted C major 7 with a sharp 11 or flat 5th. And then it drops down, and now we have the 3rd in there too. So it sounds like. Okay. So the first thing I did was drag our 2 things to the top that are playing throughout the entire track. And I am spreading them hard left and hard right. So that would be these 2 elements right here. And this is what they sound like. So one's on the hard left and one's on the hard right, just to give it a big stereo image. So everything is really wide in this mix, and I'll insert a picture where you can see how I have everything panned, just to open up that stereo field. So that little clip of the song I was playing when we were on the other computer, what it sounds like mixed is completely different than what it was sounding like on my laptop. So this is what it sounds like here. This specific mix, I didn't use a lot of compression anywhere. Like all of these tracks, these are all EQ tracks, so it's taking away frequencies that I don't want. I really only did compression on this master bus right here. So this is all of these tracks up here into this one bus, and it's called parallel compression. So it's stereo compression. It makes it super beefy, super fat, and super together sounding, instead of doing individual compression on each track. On my master bus, so I have a master track, which is the whole output of everything, and then my master bus, which includes the tracks we saw. I have this master bus compressor, so it glues the whole mix of things right here together. And then I have this other compressor, which now is controlling the levels. So let's say a cello gets a little bit louder in a section, or considerably louder, this compressor will tame those levels so we get an even sound across the board. So I have my room reverb track set up, and this is a bus that I can send things to it. This is a send right here, and I can just adjust the level of how much track I want it to go into the reverb, thus saying how much reverb do I want on that track. And I did this because all of these sounds were pretty dry when I exported them, and I wanted it to be so these instruments live in the same room together. So it sounds like you're standing in the room with them and they're all there at the same time.